Alright everybody, just to give you a brief overview, in this video we're going to be talking about some really heavy rainfall moving into your state and the ability for some accumulating snowfall. We'll discuss this more in detail later on, but just to give you a quick overview and get you prepped, we'll be starting here in a minute. Alright everybody, let's go ahead and get started here. Let me pull up this webpage. So what I'm going to start off showing you today is what we call a soil temperature map. And this kind of gives us a feel for how warm or cold the soil is, so we can kind of get a gauge of how much snow will accumulate and all of that stuff. So as you can see here, our soil temperatures right now are very much in the mid 60s, which will definitely keep any snowfall from accumulating quickly. One thing this does have going for it is these snowflakes that will fall will be big, white, round flakes, so that kind of can overcome some soil temperature. But keep this in mind that soil temperatures are really warm right now, so as we go in and look at some of the data, keep that in mind that, well, yes, there may be a lot of snow, it will have to overcome a lot to stick. So let's go ahead and look into some model data here. Don't take this as what's going to happen, just giving us an idea of what may happen. And the model I'm looking at right now is called a North American Mesoscale Model, or NAM for short. So I'm just going to take you through this simulated precipitation type. So as you can see, precipitation really starts to move into the state around Thursday morning, and it spreads quite quickly, and then the snow will start to come in Thursday evening and give us a chance for time. You can see it really transitions away from snow back to rain as we get warmer advection, and yeah. So that's generally what the models are saying right now. Is a quick burst of snow in northwestern Oklahoma, and then maybe one or two flakes in the central part of the state, but I really wouldn't go to town on it. Remember, if you have any questions, throw them in the chat. But one thing that we will get, as you can see, is a lot of rainfall. So as I go through and show you these expected accumulation amounts, you can see we got some pretty high values, especially in southeastern Oklahoma. And we'll throw a few of these values. You can see 2 to 3 inches, fairly common across much of the state, with locally high amounts up to 4 or 5 inches possible in the areas where you see the red. But much of the state will see at least an inch of precipitation. So, and most of that will be in liquid form, thankfully. So, you can see with this, obviously, we are going to be dealing with some flooding throughout the state. Again, highest in the southeast, as of course we get more rainfall, and that's where we had storms this past weekend. So keep that in mind. And now, probably what a lot of y'all are interested is in the total accumulated snowfall. Well, prepare to be underwhelmed. Okay, that's it. As you can see, 1 to 3 inches are showing up in the models. This is higher or lower than some of the models have been forecasting. But I want to remind you of this 2-inch soil temperature map that I showed you at the top of this. And this is what that snow is going to have to overcome if it's going to stick on any grass surface or pavement or what have you. Cars are a little different because they are surrounded by air and cool down a lot quicker. So you'll probably come out Thursday evening, Friday morning to see snowfall on the ground, on grassy surfaces, and on your car. I wouldn't say anything over 1 to 2 inches, so yes, you're going to have to go to school or work, and you probably really don't need to buy any extra bread or milk for this event. So, just a little taste of winter, nothing too major. So, one thing I am going to do real quick is I am going to change this graphic in the background because it says October 20th and it's October 23rd. Well, okay, it didn't say. Oh well, we'll just roll with it. So yeah, go back to this. You can see. Okay. Now try to zoom in a little bit here. As you can see, 1 to 4 inches if we had a completely cored surface, which we do not. So again, 1 to 2 inches confined to the northwestern part of the state. Maybe a few flurries mixed in here and there, but not expecting anything major. So to round this out, if nobody has any questions, I'm just going to take you through NWS's Norman forecast graphics, just because they're pretty close to what I think, and I don't want to make graphics tonight. So thank you to National Weather Service Norman. Heavy rainfall late tonight, so yes, there will be some rainfall tonight. And Thursdays, whenever we get the bulk of precipitation, highest chances in the southeast, but really all of the state will likely see precipitation. And then, like I said earlier, snow is possible in the northwestern part of the state. Not expecting anything crazy, but snow. Don't want people to freak out. A lot of times people in Oklahoma see snow and their first instinct while driving is to drive into a ditch. Don't do that. You'll be fine. And then again, heavy rain is possible in the southeast part of the state. And then, really, it's going to be a wet week. Chances of precipitation for most of the nights, but we will remain below normal on our temperatures. So, kind of a change of pace from what we've been seeing. So, to wrap this up, lots of rain for much of the state, 1 inch to 2 inches, with areas in the southeast part of the state seeing 3 to 4, maybe 5 inches. If you're unlucky, flooding will be possible. And then maybe 1 to 2 inches on grassy surfaces and cars and such in the northwest part of the state. So, if you have any questions, get a hold of me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, whatever's easiest for you. And then I'll update you if anything changes. Alright, thank you for listening.